Hi, I'm Rusty Wilson at Salesforce, and today I'm going to do a brief demonstration of a project we get fairly frequently that we would call data validation. Data validation, as you can imagine, is just the process of determining how accurate each piece of information is in a given data set. The common scenario for us is you've purchased a mailing list, and as anyone who's ever purchased mailing lists knows, those lists vary significantly in terms of accuracy and how current they are. And before you spend the next several months having your sales team prospect from that list, you want to get a sense of whether that time will be time well spent, how accurate is the list, how current is the information. For example, in one recent example, a client had purchased a list, they'd started to use it, they started to get a sense that it didn't seem very current, they gave it to us. Because our staff is going to go through every data element on the list, we will figure out exactly how accurate or not accurate it is and provide specific data as to the percentage of inaccuracy, which they, in this case, used to go back to the vendor and get a refund. In this case, it was a fairly expensive list. Let's take a look at our list. We've got a list here of one person, hopefully not too expensive a list. Typically, our staff would be working with lists of 100 or 1,000 names or more. They can range as high as you want to go. We'll keep, for simplicity's sake, a list of a single person. The sources of the information that we would use can vary also significantly. If the client has access to paid sources like data.com, we could draw on that. Often we're dealing only with publicly available information and public websites. Even there's a number of different ways you can go, depending on the industry, depending on the type of information you're looking for. In this case, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to limit it to a search on some easy sites, and we're going to start with LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a very good site for a lot of different constituencies, largely because people have a vested interest in keeping their information current, particularly if they do anything in sales or dealing with the general public. On the flip side, LinkedIn has two downsides. One, it's limited in the information it has. It doesn't have often direct contact information, email addresses, direct phone. And it limits your search results based on the connectivity you have to the contact. And since our team is unlikely to be connected to the people in your industry specifically, we will be ending up with their public profiles. But even those can be pretty useful. So we're going to take a look for Mark Pugrud, who works at GenBand in Frisco, Texas, and figure out how accurate that information is. Let's do a first search. Now, I could go right to LinkedIn and do a search, but a better way is to do a Boolean search. LinkedIn, Mark Pugrud. Now, if he did not have he's got a fairly uncommon name, Pugrud. I'm not too worried I'm going to find too many. I might put in additional data elements if I had them. But here I go, Mark Pugrud. I've got him in LinkedIn. I see he's in Washington, D.C. Metro, EVP of Corporate Strategy and Business Development at iConnective. Well, that's odd, but he's the only Pugrud here. I thought he worked at GenBand. His title is EVP, Corp Strategy, Biz Dev. We would usually use abbreviations here for the sake of efficiency and then go back and do a global search and replace later. Now, we've got his title and his new company. Next step might be to search his company website and see if we can get any more information about him. So let's go here. Now, sometimes LinkedIn will give you a link to the company website. It looks like Mark hasn't done that here, so we'll take a guess on iConnective.com. Let's try company. I see management team. Seems like a good bet. And there he is, Mark Pugrud, Executive Vice President. Now I see that he's switched his title around. He was EVP Corp Strategy and Biz Dev. He switched it. Probably not meaningful, but we'll put a note for it in the notes. And down in the second paragraph, I say he most recently served in a variety of leadership positions at GenBand. That's my confirmation that he's left GenBand and is now full-time at iConnective. Let's see if we can get some contact information for him. Unfortunately, he didn't give us any direct contact information in his bio. We'll try the Contact Us page. Sometimes we can get email address there and at least get the email scheme for the company, but no. I just see a phone number, but down here we'll go to locations, and I've got their main number. So we'll copy that, move that over to here. Now that's a main number, that's not his direct number. It would be nice to get his direct number. And going back, I saw their address at Piscataway, New Jersey. Now, because we were watching, we saw that his LinkedIn profile said he worked in Washington, D.C. All right, wrong field. So this is a good bet that Mark is working remotely or from another location that's not listed on the website. Ideally, we'd love to get that direct information, and in a subsequent project, or if this had data enrichment with it, we might be then doing additional searches to go try to find his actual direct contact information. In the notes, I would say contact has left GenBand and is now at iConnective, and per LinkedIn, contact appears to work in Washington, D.C. rather than New Jersey with the company headquarters. That's an example of data validation. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We love to talk about data, and thanks for watching.